Hello, hamjambo tena. My name is Mwaikwasi and this is the Mwaikwasi Mic, the biggest political show at the Kenyan coast. In case you are here to subscribe. Usikubali kuachwa nyuma. This is the home of political conversations. Today in our studios here, we are honored to have a ranking member at the County Assembly of Mombasa, the Honorable Frankline himself. Karibu sana ndugu.
Asante sana.
County inaendelea namna gani?
County inaendelea vizuri, tunaendelea vizuri. Tunashukuru Mungu.
Kabisa. I give you a moment to introduce yourself better.
Yeah.
Wengi wanaweza kuwa na kujua tu kama MCA tu, kumbe una mambo mengine pia.
Yeah, my name is Frankline Makanga. I'm a member of County Assembly for Chaani Ward, that is Changamwe constituency, serving my first term out of the 2 terms that I'll be serving. My profession, I'm a clinical officer by profession, registered and practicing, a lawyer, and currently a student at the Law Society of Kenya, at the Kenya School of Law, undertaking my advocates training program. Yeah, so expecting to do my orals in a few weeks from now. Yeah.
So, unasema si legislation tu ya hivi.
Yeah.
Ni kitu ambayo pia uko na background nayo.
Yeah, sure.
So, how is it like being an MCA? Unaamka unaona Chaani nzima hapa mimi ndo kusema.
Well, being an MCA is not a main feat, but again, out of the passion. That's why I found myself moving from the healthcare services when I was working as a staff at the Department of Health in Mombasa County. I was attached at the Chuda Sub-County Hospital. By then, I was employed in 2019.
Yeah.
So having served for around 2 years and serving as the Secretary General for the Kenya Union of Clinical Officers, therefore out of the advocacy and wanting to see healthcare services improved, and of course the welfare of Mombasa employees getting better and having the people getting better services, then I decided that instead of advocating on the streets, I'd rather be part of the decision making by joining the other political leaders where decisions about politics and leadership are being made within Mombasa County. So that's how I resigned from my work, where I was employed permanent and pensionable, resigning at exactly 30 years to join politics, and that's how I became an MCA for Chaani Ward.
So are you proud of that decision, or going back you'll return to the clinical field?
Of course I'm proud of that decision, because one of the reasons why I had to resign and join politics was wanting to see change and transformation, and therefore sitting back and trying to see what has happened for the last 4 years, one of them seeing the welfare of healthcare workers being addressed by the current regime, and also improved infrastructure as far as healthcare facilities are concerned, and also seeing to an end of the perennial strikes that we used to have because of so many other issues, including delayed salaries and delayed statutory reductions that were not being made, and further seeing an improvement from the previous situation to where we are now, where now our people are able to access services from our healthcare facilities. And of course, from Chaani Ward, I really wanted to see a change as far as environment is concerned, improved infrastructure, completion of the stalled projects, because I was made to understand there were so many stalled projects in my ward, and also having an improvement of the public health aspect, because we used to have issues around waterborne diseases, airborne diseases, because of a dirty environment and a perennial sewer line outbursts that we used to experience in Chaani Ward. So having a clean environment was one of my goals, improved security, sanitation that is, and all that is happening right now within Chaani and Mombasa. Yeah, so I'm happy
to be an MCA.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at you, picturing the moment when you just agreed to resign. Were you just risking ama ulikuwa umepima ground, or how did that decision come about?
First of all, let me be honest with you. It was never an easy decision, because one, that was a pure gamble. As I've told you, I had completed my studies around 2013. I had remained jobless for almost 6 years. And then after being employed in 2019, July 15th, 2 years later, I resigned from a job that I'm employed permanent and pensionable. And of course, it was paying me well because by then I was having no expenditure apart from my family. And I was also doing my business, of course, in my facility, the Hosanna Medical Clinic. So it was such a gamble because joining politics, and we are made to understand that this is not a game for the faint-hearted. And again, with a Christian background, it was a bit tough because there's a notion that politics is a dirt game. So trying to see yourself as a young person who is ambitious, you are now quitting your permanent and pensionable job to join politics where it's a pure gamble. And of course, Mombasa politics over years, the decision of who becomes an MCA was made from somewhere else, not by the people. So it was a gamble. It wasn't easy. Many of my family members were not in agreement with the decision, including friends. Of course, I lost friends by the very same decision. Yeah, but I'm happy that at the end of it all, it paid off, thanking God and those who stood by my side and the friends who remained, even at such a moment when it was very hard to remain around me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Before we go straight to the political upbringing, there's been a notion that, which you have also hinted, that Mombasa politics is controlled by certain people. Ambapo inasemekana kama wao haja bless utapata, huwezi pata. So are you proud to say that you met those people and agreed kwamba Chaani uingie? Ama ulipigana na cartels?
First of all, it's a notion. It's a notion like any other myth. And we have such misconceptions. But I'm coming to understand that even those who are considered like they can bulldoze their way to choose leaders for the people, it's not true. They allow democracy to happen. Only that most of the times we are made to fear, or fear of unknown is created, or maybe by people behaving psychophancy towards them, or maybe playing the politics of they are our godfathers. So mtu anauziwa uoga mpaka unasema kweli huyu kila mara namuona kuna kiongozi fulani, so you end up giving up. So what made me to go through to the end, it was because of the people. In our constitution, Article 1 says that the sovereign power belongs to the people, and that power is exercised by delegation through their elected leaders, or the people can exercise their powers directly. And that's what gave me the strength to continue with my aspirations, even after being rigged out of the ODM nominations, out of such myths that the powerful will have it. And of course I lost the party ticket, but kwa sababu ya mapenzi ya wananchi na hao kuona maono ambayo nilikuwa nayo, ambayo ni kati ya mambo ambayo nimeweza kuwafanyia, then they were able to stand by my side, na tukaendelea mpaka mwisho, and that's where we are today. So my leadership is for the people, by the people.
Exactly. I wanted to come to the political nomination aspect, but umenitangulia. So ukaamua kusimama. Obviously, I can say that the choice for the ODM party was for the virtue that upper coast ODM inauzika. That is one. Is that correct paka hapo?
Not really because inauzika, but I believe in the ODM ideology, and I also believed in the late Raila Amolo Odinga. He was such an icon, a person that I really desired to become. And because of his long-standing history of advocating for human rights, the rule of law, and wanting to see a country that is governed with principles and upholding the national values that are in our constitution. So nilitaka sana I really admired his type of leadership, a man who could give directions and everybody follows without questioning. So I believed in Raila Odinga. I also believe him even in his death, and I also believe in ODM as a party. That aside, whatever happened in the party, of course, it's a normal thing in ODM and in many of the political parties that we have in our country where democracy is still at stake.
It's okay. I want to know what happened paka hii tikiti kaponyoka.
Kilichofanyika ni kwamba nilikuwa nashindana naye by then was a chief whip. So that was a very powerful position in the second assembly under the leadership of the former deputy party leader, Waziri Hassan Al-Joho, a great man, of course, whom I also admire, his type of leadership, a leadership that is down to earth. He's a great man, of course, we have to celebrate him for what he has become. Na what happened is niliingia kwa chama, tukaenda mchujo, lakini nikapangwa, kura zilipohesabiwa, nikawa nimemshinda ambaye alikuwa sitting MCA that time, nilimshinda na 400 votes in nomination, and therefore the first 2 stations zikatangazwa. Ile ya tatu walipoona kweli bado nimemshinda na 400 votes, ikabidi wametoroka na hiyo gadget because it was digital, so wakatoroka na hiyo gadget under the escort of the police, kwa sababu by then they were the system, they were in power.
Chief whip.
Yes, he was a chief whip, anatembea na gari ya serikali na security, so he was calling the shots. So wakaenda na certificate, and then the people decided, umeenda na certificate, utabaki nayo, we will go with our leader as an independent candidate. And that's what happened. So the people believed in me, they believed in my vision, they believed that this young man is able to take us where we really want to go as a people.
Exactly.
And that's what happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, who was the guy?
The guy?
Yeah.
The guy was the former chief whip in Mombasa, one Junior Wambua.
Oh, Junior Wambua.
Yeah.
I'm meant to understand that siasa ya Chaani,
yes,
basically ni kama ni ya Wakamba pale.
Si
ndio?
Not
Mana
really so.
Kambas form majority of the population in Chaani.
Yeah, Kambas form majority of the community, of course, followed by the Mijikenda, Taita, Kisii, Luos. But one thing beautiful about Chaani is imekuwa na historia ya kuchagua viongozi. Mahali tu alikuwa na bahati mbaya ni walipomchagua mwenye nilimtoa. Yeye ndio hakuwa na nia ya kuongoza. Yeye lengo lake ni mfanyabiashara, alitaka kufanya biashara, na ndio maana kwa kipindi alichokuwa kiongozi hakuna lolote alilofanya mbali na kutafuta tenders, kutengeneza pesa, kufungua mabiashara na kufanya uovu alioweza kufanya. Lakini Mungu naye akawakumbuka watu wake, akamleta Hosana, akawakomboa watu wa Chaani.
Okay. Hii jina Hosana imetoka wapi boss wangu?
As earlier said, Hosana is my hospital, Hosana Medical Clinic. For me, it's an inspiration because that name I got it back in 2013. I was doing my internship in Primaries District Hospital as a clinical officer. And when I had the desire to one day have my own hospital, then God gave me that name, Hosana. And when I looked at it in Hebrew, it means save now. And that's why for me, I believe God brought me into politics to bring transformation and save his people from the anguish of bad leadership, corruption, bad governance, and all that had ailed my community. That's why Mungu alinileta kama mkombozi, nikakomboa Chaani. Yeah, basically that's it.
Okay, now I want to draw you back to 2022 elections. Straight from the medical field, umekuja political field sasa. Kuna hiyo shift, but of course you are an SG, which the SG seat is very political. But I'm curious kidogo, ulitumia pesa ngapi kusimama Chaani?
As much as I would have maybe spent substantially, mimi sikuwa na pesa.
Substantially ni ngapi boss wangu?
Substantially, I can't really quote figures right now, but I can tell you
an estimate.
With less than 5 million for an MCA seat, it would be very difficult. Kwa sababu wale niliokuwa nashindana nao, they use running to 15-20 millions, kwa sababu walikuwa kwa kiti, na nimetangulia kukuambia niliyemtoa alikuwa mwanabiashara. Kwa hivyo yale maendeleo yalikuwa yafanyike katika wodi, mara nyingi alitumia hiyo pesa kufanya mambo mengine badala ya kuleta, you understand? Yeah. They get a tender, they get their cut, job is not done, you're not offering your oversight. Kwa hivyo wewe umepiga yako, umechukua fungu lako na maisha inasonga. So I spent substantially, but zaidi sikushinda because of what I spent on the people. Nilishinda kwa sababu wananchi, kuna siku tumewahi tembea ama tumewahi fanya mkutano na wenyewe wakachanga pesa 100-150 walipie sound system, ama walipie gari mafuta ambayo imebeba sound system, ama walipe DJ. So wananchi mimi walinishika mkono, and I am forever grateful because the journey to liberate Chaani was a collective responsibility, and that's why we are proud to be Chaani as a people.
Exactly. But although you are yet to mention the figures, I wanted to come.
I've said approximately around 5 million.
Approximately 5 million.
Yeah.
It's okay. Purely your money or backed by sponsors?
Of course, I have friends. I have friends who believe my vision. Mimi sikuwa na pesa. Mimi kijana mdogo nitoe pesa wapi? Na hata saa hii sina. But I know the people love me. I will love them. And I have friends who really support my vision. And they really want to see better things happening in Chaani.
Exactly. Majority of the times unapataga mtu akifadhiliwa na hao wenye wamewekeza pesa. Basic human logic. I give you something and then you offer me something in return. Is that the same case?
I think that's not the case. I mean, wale marafiki ambao unajua nategemea marafiki zako na aina gani. Marafiki Mungu alionipa, lengo lao na nia yao ilikuwa kwamba waone Chaani imekombolewa. Wafanyabiashara walioko Chaani mpaka leo raha yao ilikuwa kwamba waweze kufanya biashara zao wakiwa na usalama. Usalama ya kwamba hawatahofia vijana wa magenge wahuni watalipwa na mwanasiasa ku cause havoc. And that's why my leadership is free from hooliganism. Kwa sababu niliyemtoa alikuwa na sponsor wahuni ku cause havoc. Kwa hivyo wale wafanyabiashara unapata wasipopata kwa mheshimiwa hiyo siku wataenda kuvunja kwa duka ya mtu waibe. Nikataka kwamba wafanyabiashara wangu wawe na mazingira ambayo wako salama, wanafanya kazi bila kusumbuliwa na manuspaa. That time mwenye alikuwa kwa kiti alikuwa some of the time ana release some of the officers in the inspectorate kuhangaisha wananchi, and when they collect those funds then jioni wanaenda kaa wanapiga hesabu, leo tumecollect 20,000, mheshimiwa anachukua yake, yeye anabaki na nyingine. But you see, with me it's different. In fact, I'm one of the people wenye wale manuspaa nilikaa nao na nikawaambia, anybody who will cause havoc, I will disrupt the businesses of my people, then I will deal with that person. And I have done so. Kuna watu ambao wamekuwa wakihangaisha wananchi and I confronted them. Na hiyo wakati hata ilikuwa kujenga Chaani, it was difficult because the process ya kufanya approvals itafanyika, but still utapata kuna wao building inspectors, they will go there to harass the developer. That is not happening now. That's why when you come to Chaani today, is the most developed ward. One of the wards in Changamwe that is having high-end buildings coming up in Chaani. The only ward in Changamwe right now that has constructions running without any interference from the building inspectors or any interference from the MCA. Zamani ulikuwa ukianza kuweka jiwe, MCA amefika, yeye pia anataka apate kati yake. But it's not so right now.
Okay. Before we come to your delivery as a member of the County Assembly,
yes,
I want to pull you back again to 2022. What's your fond memory of the 22 campaigns?
What's my
fond memory ambayo unakumbuka unasema hii 22 campaign, the fond memory about the 22 campaign?
I can tell you one of the most painful moments was when I won the nomination and then my victory was taken away from me. And then waking up in the morning, running to Tononoka, tumefika pale, instructions zimepeanwa kwamba Hosana siingie ndani.
Tononoka ground ama hall?
Tononoka social hall.
Yeah.
So nafika pale, kuna askari wamepewa instructions kwamba huyu asiingie. Na nikazuiliwa, I had to push my way in, nikaingia. Sasa hiyo askari very unprofessional, wanataka kunishika mimi ambaye nimedhulumiwa. So nilipofika pale and I realized that this thing will not work, kwamba hawa, it's a decision that was pre-planned. I had to find peace within myself, reassured my supporters who were by then crying. Wamama wamelia, wamepiga nduru, wengine wamelala chini. Wanaume, they were shedding tears because they were tired of the type of leadership the goon was offering, the former MCA. So wakalia, then the following day I called a meeting. Na nilipoita wamama, I wanted to thank them. So I called my team outside my ward. Na tulipofika pale, instead of people now talking about the journey of what we'll do next, everybody was crying. Wamama wanalia, wengine wanaomba. So it was such a moment that I had to be strong for my people, because I realized at this moment when I also break down, then it will be very difficult. Then my brother remembered this situation that I had already resigned. I don't have a job. I have a young family. I don't have a job. I've lost the nomination. Na niliwoniwa. Nasikia ile story wanakuambia na tulikuon.
Yeah.
Like they were, please don't join ODM. Hawa watu watakufanyia vibaya. You get? So mimi nikasema mimi niko ODM and I remain in ODM. So watu wangu wakalia pale almost 2 hours and then we prayed. And what I told them, you know what guys, sisi tutakutana na hawa watu kwa debe tarehe 9 mwezi wa 8. And that's what happened. So between April and June, my brother, it was tough because I don't have any resources. I had spent all I had knowing that nikipita nomination there will be party funding. Sasa hiyo kitu imefanyika. My committee including chairman wa my campaigns, after losing the following day akawa amedecamp, ameenda kwa now the opponent, mpaka ameenda huko ametunga nyimbo ya vile sasa yule ni mzuri mimi ni mbaya. Of course lots of things. I lost 50% of my committee members. I prayed to God to give me strength. I remained calm, and after a month I gave my people directions. And when I gave my people directions, God was in it. and that's how we won. So it was a very tough moment. That was one. Two, there was a day I was attending a meeting, an ODM meeting in Changamwe Ward at St. Luanga. And then because now I'm an independent candidate, that was around 10th July. It was exactly 30 days to election. And then now the former MCA, who was a goon, joined by other MCAs who were ODM, blocked me from accessing the meeting. It was an EPZ workers meeting. So they blocked me from accessing the meeting and wakanivunjia gari. So it was very painful. But again, I forgave them because like Jesus said, forgive them, Father, they don't know what they are doing.
Sure.
So they were not knowing what they were doing. I forgave them for real, but it was a very painful moment.
Yeah, sure. Nyoyo siasa ina mambo, siasa inataka roho sana.
Yeah.
Exactly. So hii wajua tushazoea kwamba mtu anasimama na chama. And a lot of people don't know the dynamics of standing as an independent candidate. For the benefit of the viewers of this platform, maybe you can walk them through the path of vying as an independent candidate.
From the onset, you can make a decision of whether to be in a party or to be an independent candidate. If you go into nominations and you feel like umeibiwa, and you still believe that you really want to go for the seat, the Constitution and the Political Parties Act has given us room to go as an independent candidate. So an independent candidate, you are proposed by the people, not by a party. So utatafuta around 500 signatures.
For the MCA, that is.
Yes, for the MCA, ambayo wananchi watakusainia. They give you copies of their IDs. You prepare an Excel sheet. You get a flash disk. You get a symbol. Like my symbol was a stethoscope because that's my profession. So upate symbol ambayo it will identify with you, ambayo watu wako wataijua. You introduce it to your people, and then you will be allowed to vie, and you will have the same rights as those in the political parties. The only thing that you will not have is the funding. Is the funding and the party members, because kuna watu wenye ni political diehards wa political parties. So unaweza imagine like nilimshinda tuseme na around 800 votes in the general election. Mimi nikiwa na almost 3,600, yeye alikuwa na 2,000, around 700.
Yeah.
Na hizo 2,700 kuna 1,500 za chama. Kwa hivyo yeye wafuasi wake waliompenda ni 1,200.
Wale watu wa 6.
Yes. Inamaanisha wale wangu wote ni wangu, hao si wa chama. Hao ni wangu, people who believed in me, who went against their tribes, who went against their religious backgrounds, who went against their political parties to vie for me. That's what I'm saying. If kuna kitu yenye nafaa kwa encourage, maybe one day we will all have no political parties. Sasa iwe ni mtu anajiuza ideologies, huwe hakuna kubebwa na chama. I don't know if we can get to that point where now people wanakuwa chose, ambao wanapigiwa kura because of the ideologies and the visions they have.
Exactly. Sure. Yeah. Maybe we all look forward to that moment.
Yeah, maybe by that time our democracy will have really grown, and maybe how our people, Kenyan people, choose their leaders, itakuwa tumefika political maturity as far as getting leaders is concerned.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now you had an agenda and a manifesto.
Yes.
When coming into office. Are you proud to say that you have delivered, ama wewe ndio unasema tumeweka mikakati, tulikuwa tuna just kwa ofisi first term, sasa mtupatie nafasi second term tuendelee vizuri? Have you delivered for the people of Chaani?
I think I have overmet the expectations. If it were the CBC, mine is extremely exceeding expectations. Yeah, if there's such a thing. Yeah. Because kama nilivyotangulia kukuambia, beside now manifesto ya Chaani, nilitaka kuona mazingira ya wafanyikazi ndani ya Mombasa imebadilika. Ukweli ni kwamba wakati mimi nilikuwa SG, tulikuwa na migomo zaidi ya 10 within a span of 3-4 years. Na migomo hiyo ilikuwa moja inaenda almost 6 months, nyingine 3 months. So nikiona leo hii watu wa Mombasa wanaweza pata huduma licha ya kwamba bado kuna changamoto, lakini nikiona kwamba at least kuna consistency ya huduma, then inamaanisha me being on the decision table imeleta suluhu kwa changamoto ambazo ziko. Ingine ambayo mimi nilitaka kuona ni improvement of the public health aspect by eradicating the issue of perennial sewer line bursts, kwamba sewage inamwagika kila mahali, mtaa umenuka mavi, mazingira ni machafu. ni mimi nikiingia tukataka kuona suluhu ya hiyo, and I can tell you Chaani is one of the cleanest wards right now, because I personally undertook activities kufunga the dump sites na ku make sure kwamba nimefanya my oversight to make sure that the Mombasa Sewerage Company, Mombasa Water and Sewerage Company do their job. Sasa hii zile sewage ambazo zilikuwa zinamwagika zimepungua. Kumefanyika replacement of the whole sewer system in Chaani, including one imeisha around a week ago around Ngaramiti village. So seeing that happening, it gives me a lot of peace. Another thing ambayo mimi nilisema nikiingia kuwa MCA, kuna ECD yenye ilikuwa imekwama 11 years, because the MCA mwenye ilianzisha wakati wake na mwenye aliingia nikamtoa, hao walikuwa watu wa biashara. Mwenye mimi nilimtoa yeye alipoingia na akaona hapa kuna nafasi ya kukula, akakaa na contractor, akala pesa yake, akala commission. So he was not bothered whether that facility will be complete for the children to use or not. But I'm happy, my brother, I can tell you, yesterday I was in that institution na watoto wako pale kwa ile darasa wanatumia wakiwa wamehama kutoka kwa banda la kuku, ambalo mimi naliita banda la kuku because it was a mabati structure yenye imefungwa na wire mesh. So out of the 3 years and 11 months now, tumeweza kumaliza hiyo ECD. It gives me peace. I mean, it gives me contentment that God, you did put me in this position. I have made sure that this project is complete. Kuna mtaa kama custom ambao kulikuwa kukinyesha maji inaingia kwa manyumba ya watu because there was no drainage line. Maji inatembea on the surface everywhere. Yeah. So kama daktari nikaangalia suluhu ya hii tatizo ni nini, ni make sure that we get a proper drainage here. So we made sure that hiyo kupitia executive, huo mradi tumeweka kwa budget, umewekewa pesa, nimefuatilia umefanywa. Sasa hii kukinyesha custom hakuna hilo tatizo. Kuna mtaa kama Kalahari. Imagine my brother, since dunia iumbwe huo mtaa hawajawahi kuwa na barabara or any access road. Walikuwa kukinyesha na uvae viatu vya kupandia matope, urushe ukiwa kwa main road, urushe zirudi kwa nyumba, wewe ndio uendelee na safari. But as we speak, tumefanya barabara huo mtaa ambao I'm the only leader who has been in that area to do that type of development. Wale watu walikuwa pale walikuwa wanajiona like they're not part of the Kenyan residents. Hakuna mtu alikuwa anatambua. Unaitwa Kalahari. Ulikuwa mtaa ya walevi, cheap sex and drugs. But today we have access road there. Tumewaekea mataa. Wale wamama wa pale tumeinua hadhi yao, making sure that wako na mradi wanafanya, wanakunywa maji fresh. Si ya kuletwa na mkokoteni, inaletwa na tank wanajaza because there's a project that I initiated for them, wakapata funding na sasa wanauza maji yao hapo fresh. So that's the type of transformation that I wanted. On the issue of education, before I was elected, mtaani wa Chaani ulikuwa watoto wadogo, the age of 10, 11, they're already in juvenile gangs, simply because hakuna mtu ambaye amepush the agenda ya masomo. So me coming into office, tukaanzisha mradi unaitwa Chaani Tusome, #education matters. Like I really wanted to see every young child in school. And this is not funded by the government, by the way. Yeah. This is funded by personal resources and friends like you, who after narrating to you what is happening in Chaani, God will touch you and bring resources so that we support education. So tumeshonea watoto school uniforms, tumelipia watoto school fees through the foundation. Tumekuwa na mradi ya kwamba tumewanunulia vitabu watoto. Every year wakati mwaka ukianza, mimi huita wazazi niwapee vitabu zenye watapea watoto wao waende shule. I bring all the children from the slums. All the children wanakuja, tunafanya entertainment. Kuna mtoto amezaliwa in the slums, hajaiona bouncing castles. Nimewaletea pale, wamecheza, wamenyolewa for free, wamesongwa for free. Nimeleta wazazi wao, wanapewa vitabu for free. I bring people to talk to them so that they come out of drug and substance abuse. I can tell you for a fact, sahi wale vijana ambao wako wahuni ni wale ambao kiongozi niliyemtoa aliwafanya wao wahuni, but not a people when wameanza uhuni when I'm a leader.
Exactly. I can say that kulingana na vile umeniambia mambo yanaendelea mzuri sana Chaani.
Yes.
So what's that one special moment ambapo unaweza sema as you head to the election, this is what the people of Chaani will judge you by? Unaweza kuwa umefanya mengi, but kuna that outstanding project.
Now, my brother, amongst many things, there's this issue of that I've not mentioned, the issue of maternal health. As a medic, ulikuwa ukikaa pale hospitali, kila mara unapata mama pressure imepanda, mama wakati anaenda kujifungua mtoto anakufa, ama mama haendi clinic because of the economic status. So what happened is I started a program under Hosana Foundation, inaitwa Hosana Mlezi. Hosana Mlezi, we target the young mothers na wale wa mama ambao ni wajawazito, to encourage them to go to clinic. Wakienda clinic wanapewa ndizi, mkate na maziwa, and it encourage men women to go. Akijifungua tunampea beseni so that watoto wa Chaani wasioshwe kwa sufuria na ndoo kama viazi. Yeah? So ika encourage wamama wanaenda kujifungulia hospital, because that's a pre-qualification for we to visit you, tukuletee zawadi, tunakupea beseni, pampers, cotton na shilingi 500. And it has encouraged many mothers to give birth in hospital. Hiyo imefanya nini? Imepunguza wamama kukufa wanapojifungua kwa sababu hawakujua wana matatizo gani ya kiafya. Imepunguza kwamba labda hata mama ameathirika, ni mgonjwa, labda in the process amepata kuwa mgonjwa. Imezuia maambukizi ya mama kwa mtoto kwa sababu inajulikana mapema, mama anapewa prevention, mtoto anazaliwa akiwa healthy. Nyingine imezuia watoto kuwa mayatima, because when a mother dies, wakati mama mtoto anazaliwa, huyu mtoto anakuwa yatima milele. It doesn't matter whether the father will marry another wife. This child becomes an orphan forever. And when a mother loses a child, wakati amejifungua after carrying the pregnancy for 9 months, then huyu mama anakuwa mama wa yatima. No, anakuwa mama wa marehemu.
Yeah.
Yes, it doesn't make that mother to be a girl again. No, anakuwa mama wa marehemu. So me having this program, a program that has touched lives. My brother, when you sit with Chaani women, they will tell you how this thing has transformed lives. Imagine mimi, I can confess before cameras that najua sikuoshwa kwa hiyo beseni. The only thing that I grew seeing was a sufuria, or maybe ikienda sana bucket. Ndoo. So watu wengi wangapi wameoshwa kwa ndoo? Wengi. Labda hata wewe, my brother.
Exactly.
Me, I can assure you, I can confirm. Mpaka leo maybe bado naoga na ndoo even as an MCA.
Yeah.
Lakini yule mtoto anapooshwa kwa ile beseni, akienda kwa wale watoto matajiri kwa magorofa, akiona pia hao wanaoshwa na hiyo, then they feel like there's something common between us, and it gives them the self-esteem. They grow knowing we are equal. Yeah. Compared to wewe umeenda kwa majirani anaoshwa kwa beseni, wewe unarudi kwenu unaingizwa kwa ndoo. Then after wewe umetoka, viazi zinaingizwa ndani unaoshwa. Then what the difference between me and the potatoes?
No problem.
Yeah.
No difference at all.
So those are some of the projects that I'm happy about. And my brother, when you have free time,
Yeah.
in fact, I will encourage you to move and start living in Chaani. It's the safest ward right now that we have, the cleanest ward, a ward that is safe for everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'll make a point to visit Chaani.
Yeah.
Now let's go to the Ward Development Funds.
Yes.
There's been a talk that he Ward Development Fund, vile MCA, not MCA, sorry, vile MPs wako na funds za CDF, ambapo hapo atafanya mradi kidogo alafu pia atapona. When I say kupona, I hope you understand what I say. So hii Ward Development Fund inasemekana pia nyinyi kama MCAs, apart from ile mradi mnafanya hapa, ndo pia nyinyi mnakulia, maana mmekuwa mkilalamika salary yenu pia ni kidogo.
But that is not true. Let me be honest, we don't even have a ward development fund. We don't have a kit yenye imewekwa kama CDF. We don't have.
But hii Ward Development nyinyi ndio mnapanga vile hiyo mambo itakuja hapo, kwa hivyo
It has
wewe
never been
uta
there.
front contractors wako.
It has never been there. It has never been there. The only thing that has happened, na hii ni kitu ambayo wabunge waliipinga, kwa sababu kama hao wanafanya kazi ya oversight na legislation, that is the very same job we are doing as a county assembly. Lakini sisi tukitaka kupitisha hiyo sheria nationally ikapingwa.
Yeah, Ward Development.
Yes. So right now what we have in our county, tulipitisha Ward Equalization Act ambayo ni ya kuhakikisha kwamba ile pesa ya maendeleo katika executive, ambayo hiyo inasimamiwa na gavana, mpaka leo procurement inafanywa na gavana na department yake ambayo ni executive. Hao sisi lengo tu ni kufanya kwa identify miradi ambayo wananchi wenyewe wanasema through public participation, mradi huu na huu na huu ufanyike as a matter of priority. So kile tulifanya ni kupitisha hiyo sheria, na this is the first budget ambayo imewekwa. So hakuna wakati ambao tunaweza sema kwamba ati kulikuwa na pesa imewekwa ya kufanya hayo mambo yote nimekutajia. That's why I've told you we've used our own resources. So huko nyuma ilikuwa ni kama governor anakupenda, fine, atafanya mradi. Kama hakupende, or maybe you are having political differences, he will choose to do or not to do, regardless of whether the money is there, because inategemea na moods za whoever is the governor at that time and moment. So hiyo mambo ya kwamba labda ati kuna CDF ama ward fund yenye nafanya MCAs wapate kickbacks, far be it from us. Far be it from us. We are there to serve the people, and we are not in control of the procurement. Maybe for the MPs that are in control, you never know, because it's a fund that has been there before. They know the contractors, they have their people in the committees. Lakini sisi, even the committee that will be there to supervise the execution of the project that we've made is still under the executive. So it's them to decide who becomes the contractor.
Exactly. Coming to that hiyo issue ya governor. wewe kama kazi yako ya oversight and the work that the Honorable Governor is doing, the Honorable Abdulswamad Sharif Nasir, as a member of oversight, has the Governor done justice to the people of Mombasa?
Well, the decision of whether he has done justice to the people of Mombasa is with the people, because this is a matter of perception.
As an oversight member,
from
you have
where
access
you are,
to his
my brother, from where you are,
kitu,
if we do 6 here right now, for you to be 9, mine will be 6. Yeah. So it depends with where someone speaks from. But you see, as for me, as a member of the legislative body and the oversight body, there is what he has done right, there's what he needs to improve, and that's part of leadership with its challenges. So we really wish him well that this remaining 1 year, he will identify some of the areas that he has not done so well to work on, so that the people next year will be able to make an informed judgment of what he has been able to do. Nimekwambia kuna yale ambayo hayakuwa yamefanyika amefanya. So we must give credit where it's due.
Can you mention the sectors maybe?
The ECD that was not completed, it's now complete. The sewerage issue that has been a thorn in my flesh, and the people of Chaani, there's improvement. The issue of healthcare workers receiving their salaries on time, at least there's some hope, there's some transformation, there's some improvement. But I believe there's room for improvement. He can do better. So, should the people give him a second term, then he should do more and learn from his mistakes in the first term, so that he becomes a better leader in the coming term. If the people will say his scorecard is not meeting the expectations, it is their right to make the choice. So I have my one vote. I will, of course, definitely choose who to vote for, depending on the scorecard by then.
So not yet decided where the vote
Of course, I know my leader. I know the person I'll vote for, depending on so many reasons. But you know why when we go into the ballot in the election day, there is a secret ballot, there's like a pazia unaekewa so that you vote? They say, or they call it secret ballot.
Sure.
But when a time comes for us to give directions to our people, of course we will do, confidently, openly, during the day, not at night. We'll tell them that this is the type of a leader we want because of ABCD. This one is disqualified because of ABCD. So, hatuko mbali, tutasema who we are supporting and the reasons behind it. So if it's the governor, we'll have justifications to that effect.
Exactly, sure. Now let's come to the constitutional mandate of an MCA. Or for the young people, exactly how vijana wengi sasa wakitaka kusimama, many are saying that they are going for the MCA seat. But ukiangalia zile sera zenye mtu anakuambia na zile vitu venye anapanga kufanya is not exactly what is there as the original duty. Unajua MCAs zimejipatia kazi nyingi sana, hivyo unaweza sema. Mara umeshughulika hapa matangani, mara harusini, mara wapi, so kazi exactly ya MCA.
No, kazi ya mwakilishi wadi sawa na mbunge kulingana na katiba. Kazi ambayo sasa inafanya niwe member of the county assembly ni kutunga sheria ambayo nimefanya, kuwawakilisha ambayo nimefanya, na kuangalia utumizi wa rasilimali za kiserikali. Hizo ndio kazi 3 za MCA. Kazi ya MCA si kuajiri watu, kazi ya MCA si kwenda matanga na harusi, lakini kwa sababu tunaishi kati ya jamii, ndio unapata matatizo ya watu wako yanakuwa matatizo yako. So that's how we have ended up attending burials, we have ended up attending weddings, we have ended up participating in fundraisers ambayo constitutionally they are illegal. Kwa sababu hiyo sio kazi yetu. Lakini historia ya siasa ya Kenya imewekwa in a way ambayo wewe ukasema unasimama na ile kazi ambayo uliwekewa kufanya peke yake. Useme kama ni matanga huendi, harusi hauendi, mtoto hana karo haufanyi, then you become a devil leader. So mazingira ambayo tumewekewa ni magumu. Na hata hao ndugu zangu ambao wanakimbilia kutaka viti vya MCAs, I can tell them without blinking, my brother, it's not a mean feat being an MCA, because you become a local leader. When the MP is in Nairobi, watu wanaweza ambiwa ameenda Nairobi, the only place you can be is here in town. So ikifika jioni, yani hakuna vile unaweza maliza siku 2 bila kutokezea. Wakisema uko tano watakuuliza unakuja saa ngapi. So they still have to meet you. That is 1. 2, being a local leader then all the needs, mtoto ameumwa na kichwa, sijui mama anahitaji dawa ya kununua, pesa kununua paracetamol, 100 shillings. My brother, these people come to you as a leader. Na hawezi wafukuza. So unapata wale ambao wamekewa rasilimali, the senators, MPs, women rep, and of course even the governor. When those who have resources, they are very far from the people. You are a local leader. In fact, being an MCA is an improved village elder. Yeah.
Being an MCA is an improved village elder.
Yes.
Because
hata wakipigana bwana na bibi, they will say come to you. Yeah. So you solve disputes, you really need a lot of wisdom and a lot of patience to be an MCA. Na kama mtu yeye anataka kuja kuwa MCA atajirike, then he's pursuing the wrong ambition. Yeah, you cannot be rich by being an MCA. So if you want to acquire wealth by being an MCA, then you are in the wrong path. You will be disappointed. Yeah, utapigwa character development nyingine hujawahi ona.
So your quick advice to those young ones wanting to vie for MCA?
Those wanting to vie, I encourage them, let them pursue their dream and ambitions. The Bible says the vision is for the appointed time. Let them write it down, let them pursue it. Let them not be discouraged. Let whatever I have said about the MCA not be a reason for them to give up. Let them pursue their dream. Who knows? Maybe out of it, God will use it as a platform to elevate them to the next level of leadership. But if their passion and dream is to serve the people, then being an MCA is the right position because it helps you identify with the people, identify with their needs to the household level. To the household level. Not in rallies, to the household level.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now let me draw you to the general county politics aside from your ward. The governorship race seems to be forming itself up. So far we have potential candidates whom we can say that come 2027 they'll be at the ballot. We have the current governor who will also be vying for a second term. And then we have Suleiman Shabal, we have Muhammad Ali, we have Ali Mbogo. So far you can say those are the most candidates that have declared intent for the seat. So from where you sit, what's your comment on this race?
Well, the person that so far I can say has officially declared, of course we have the governor who is defending his seat. Mnajua sasa ndo amekalia kiti. Yeah, amekalia kiti. We wish him well. The people will watampea scorecard. And then hao wengine, of course, they will share their vision and agenda. So far, mimi sijasikia manifesto yenye Mohamed Ali ako nayo about Mombasa. Same to Ali Mbogo. Suleiman Shabal, I think I've heard that you're saying he's also coming. We encourage them to come so that we can let the people choose leaders who will represent them. But as for me, I will have my choice. At the right time, I will tell my people that this is the way to go. So as at now, kila moja afanye kile ambacho anaweza kufanya to win the hearts of the people.
Exactly. Coming about to giving the people direction. 2027 is just next year for your personal choice. Wengine umesema watatangaza. So for you, binafsi, are you still going to the race or you want to upscale? Sasa ukabishani na Simba Omar Mwinyi?
No. You see, my way of leadership is identifying a problem, then getting solutions to that problem. So from a medical perspective, when a patient walks into your room, you first take history. After taking history, you make an impression of what the possible diagnosis would be. And then you remove blood samples to run tests. You do the blood works in the lab. And when now you get the results from the lab, then you issue a prescription. So for me, having been in Chaani, identifying the problem that is in Chaani and trying to offer solutions to the problems in Chaani, one term is not enough for us to get conclusive results or transformation that I need. That's why I said the same dosage that a doctor can give you through a prescription is the same dosage of development that I want to do. That is 10 years. So after serving for 2 terms, unajua kuna dawa atakuwa ambayo meza asubuhi na jioni. So it's the same thing. For me, I have a dream that after 10 years of my leadership as an MCA, Chaani will never be the same again. So right now, whatever we have done, I still believe we can do more. After the 10 years, we'll make a decision. Who knows, maybe after 10 years, I'll be a governor in Mombasa. It's possible. I mean, these things, it's not cast on stone that it has to be them. I can also become.
Yeah, sure.
Who knows, maybe I'll be the next senator. Who knows, maybe after the exit of Marimwinya, I'll be the next MP. I mean, I have the potential. I believe in myself. I have people who believe in me. So once the 10 years are over, then I'll also come seek your advice as one of the stakeholders in Mombasa to give me directions of which seat to go for.
Exactly.
And when you will guide me, with the support of the many other people, we'll go for that seat. Yeah.
Exactly, my brother.
Yeah. So ni 2 term. Yes.
Some dozen ni total. Okay. I want to ask you a question from the county assembly premises.
Yes.
You serve at the speakers panel where you are honored to be in the same spot with the Honorable Harub Katri,
Yes.
our speaker for the county assembly. Of late amekuwa kijinvolve na political activities kadha kadha. Wewe kama mtu wake wa karibu, maana mnashinda nyote assembly, speakers panel pale. Harub analenga wapi?
As at now, and by therefore avoidance of doubt, Harub is a great person. He's a great leader. He's a person who, I think he was made for Mombasa. A leader who understands, a leader who listens, a leader who is compassionate, a leader who loves seeing transformation. I hope you have visited the county assembly as it is right now.
Yeah, I was there last
week. The old structures that were in that assembly are no longer there. We can appreciate transformation. So as at now, he has not declared any interest, but his love for the people is unquestionable. So he has not told us which seat he's going for, but should he say or should he declare his interest being an MP or a governor or a senator, or why not even the presidents? Some of us will be there to support him. Yeah. So hajasema anataka nini, but tunamwombea Mungu ya kwamba kama ana lengo la kutumikia wananchi, kile anachokitaka Mungu ampe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As we head to the close of our session with you,
Yeah.
I want you to give us 2 scenarios. Your happiest moment with you serving as an MCA, and again the saddest moment, and then we head to the final comment. So we can start with the happiest or the saddest, whichever, as per your liking.
My happiest
In your
moment.
tenor.
My happiest moment is when I see whatever I desire to see happening. And when it happens, that I see my people getting the services that they deserve to get. There was a time that I managed to advocate for the issuance of title deeds in Chaani Ward, and Chaani Ward became the first place in Mombasa for the president to issue title deeds to a people who have waited for over 38 years, far beyond my age, my brother. That was a very happy moment for me. Unaona wamama wanamwagikwa na machozi, like these people have been squatters, wamekuwa wanalala usiku wasikia kitu inavunjika nje, wanadhani bulldozers zimekuja kuwaondoa. So them having the security ya kwamba mtu sasa anaweza lala bila kuogopa, it gives me joy. Hii issue kama hii ya completed ECD, my brother yesterday I went there, saw the children happy. I mean, those are some of the happy moments. Sad moments ni wakati nataka kitu kifanyike Mombasa na unaona hakifanyiki kwa sababu ya siasa duni. Yeah, it makes me sad and mad at the same time.
Exactly. Thank you, my brother, once again for coming to this session. I really appreciate you. We had a quick chat somewhere. Tukapanga na vile tulipanga mambo imekuwa hivyo.
Asante.
So once again, karibu sana, tumeshukuru sana.
Asante.
Maybe as we head to the close, you can give your final call to the people of Chaani, the youth at large, and your closing comments to the camera.
So one, my prayer to the people of Chaani is first to thank them, to thank you all for the support you've given me, thanking everyone who has prayed for me to remain sober, calm, and for the wisdom that God has given me to lead you as a young man. I think far beyond the age of your sons and daughters, I've been able to serve because of your support, and I'll be there to serve you regardless of whatever comes our way. And to the Mombasa residents, thanking you also for giving support to the county assembly and for believing in us that we are able to do that which we are mandated by law. and to everyone in the Republic of Kenya. As we head towards the election, let us consider choosing leaders who have the love for the people, people who will be there to be happy when services are offered, and not a mere sycophants and public relations as part of the game. Let us be there to choose leaders, and let us choose Kenya first, not tribe, not religion, not handouts. Tuchague viongozi, si kwa sababu wametupa pesa, lakini kwa sababu wanania na lengo la kutufikisha mahali tungetaka kuwa as a country. Yeah.
Exactly, sure. Once again, asante sana.
Thank you.
Thank you to our esteemed members for joining us on this platform. This has been the Mwaikwasi Mic, the biggest political show at the Kenyan coast, and I've been your host, Anthony Mwaikwasi. In case you're yet to subscribe. This is the home of political conversations. Watch the pace. Thank you.